Hello, good afternoon everybody, and welcome to the ESL One Hamburg C qualifiers. We have our first best of 3. We have just finished the first bands as we enter the first phase of the picks. We have Mineski versus Alpha Red. For you, those of you who do not know, Alpha Red is basically a team from the Thailand where these guys, some of these players came from Signature Trust, where they decided they needed to break away, they needed to start a new chapter in their lives, especially for Thailand Dota, where it's kind of been underperforming for a while. But alright, introductions. My name is Hades, all the way from Singapore, and joining me, my co-caster PQMZ. Hello.
Good morning, dude. How you doing?
I'm good. Well, okay, we have a great series to start out to warm up today, and we have 4 best of 3 series which we are going to cover on this stream for ESL Hamburg. So, for those of you who are wondering, how are you going to cover 4 C games, 4 best of 3s, by midnight? And for those of you who are wondering, well, not really, as due to the really tight schedule, we'll be doing 2 best of 3 series for C, followed by 2 best of 3s in EU. So, PQ, I'm going to need you to carry me really hard for those EU games.
And I wish it was easier said than done, but
5 seconds remaining.
It's all good. Yep, you guys are gonna have to pardon PQ. He is still getting into it, as we do have time zone difference, which can be a bit annoying sometimes, especially for between casters who we've never even met on never even met in real life. We've only technically met online, so we'll get into it. Don't worry. And here we are already. Let's talk about picks, shall we? I mean, Mineski. Let's talk about these guys. No surprise that some people in the chat, they're already going this is going to be a stomp. And you can't blame them. I mean, Mineski, so far, these guys, they've already qualified for 2 big tournaments, Starladder and PGL, and now looking to claim ESL Hamburg. I mean, what else can you tell us more about Mineski?
The series yet, so that it's looking pretty promising for them. They have 2 picks that they seem to go towards a lot these days. And from what I've seen, they've run both these heroes in multiple roles. Naga as a support, Naga as an offlane hero, Naga as a carry. Same thing with the bottom, so they've quite a flexible opening. Heroes synergize quite nicely together as well from multiple stages of the game. Whereas Alpha Red, they have the much more standard opening for this patch. They have the Necro. Night Stalker is just a very strong hero as well. Falling off a tiny bit, but as long as you're the team that can fight them, it's still a good hero.
Well, okay, but what are your thoughts so far on Mineski? Like their most recent performances. Have you caught any of their games? I think we did cast one.
I haven't seen the game.
Ah, okay.
But from the draft, they looked like they were always, pretty comfortable. Because they had these 3 greedy cores every game and they won. So
yeah, and okay. I know some people, they tend to be a bit skeptical about the Naga pick, especially since Jabs, he drafts it straight up in the first phase. It's a bit risky, it gives room for Alpha Red to basically play against this Naga, what looks like it could be their Naga core. But like you said, there's plenty of versatility around, but at least on the most recent 2 games which they've picked it, I do believe, if I recall correctly, that they played Jabs actually on this Naga Siren. So what can you tell us about this? What can you tell us about this? This position for Naga.
It doesn't even have to be 4. You can run it as a 5 and just have it as a counter initiation to just run into the fight and sleep when things go bad. It's got a somewhat reliable disable depending on what you're playing against. It sets up for a lot of things.
Well, isn't it kind of greedy though?
I like the hero.
I mean, don't you think it's kind of greedy though? Like Naga as a 5 or even as a 4 is building into the Radiance nonetheless. I think the last time we ever saw a support Naga build into a Radiance successfully, that was really long ago. I think that was GH. But alright.
You don't do that anymore though.
Yeah, you don't.
Because it's way too slow. You might do it if your team's having a really good early game and you just can't break high ground, so you go your normal mana boots and maybe a small team item, and then you realize, okay, we're winning the game, we'll go Radiance and we'll make sure we don't lose if the game becomes very split. Otherwise, you know, you just go team-orientated items. Solar Crest, pretty good item.
Greaves, utility. Basically, just the utility Naga, which I can see the appeal behind it. I tried it a bit before, but that was when Aghanims first came on a Naga Siren, and those of you who do not know, that means Song of the Siren gets a percentage heal. And I'm still waiting for that item to be used on Naga and, you know, in an actual competitive game. And then that would, I feel like that would somewhat kind of break the meta, because I don't know, I just feel it's so strong, but the downside is because Song of the Siren is such a long cooldown. But right, Alpha Rid. I mean, we talked a lot about Mineski. Let's talk about his third pick as well. I mean, Jakiro. So it doesn't look like they have strong disables, you know, reliable disables, but at the same time, you know, Alpha Rid neither do they. But they have great heroes with. They're just playing the vision game, you know, Bat Rider and Night Stalker.
And they're also playing the run at you game. Like, these heroes get in your face really well. And so far, I prefer to be playing their draft, as long as they can, you know, not overcommit into like a Naga song and then get played around on. But these heroes are much more standard right now, and there's a reason for that. Like, all the top teams gravitate towards these picks because it fits into the style of game that is optimal right now. Doesn't mean you can't pick other things and win with them, because at the end of the day, Dota's all about out-executing.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, this is something that is going to help deal with the Necro a lot.
Okay, I'm not sure if you saw that Reddit thread, PQ, the one about, you know, the Chinese figuring Doom is the way to, as a counter to the current meta, because, like, you can just eat the Purge creep, you deal with Necrophos, or if you can't find a Purge creep, you eat the Big Satyr, which gives you the 6 HP regen, which counteracts against Heartstopper Aura. And not to mention, Doom is really, really tanky. I don't know, I mean, I kind of was hoping that we might have seen, like, the Jakiro offlane, where maybe Ice would have been playing it. And at the same time, I was wondering, like, would they, like, why was Alpha Rid, you know, gonna let Visage get in, just once again, just go into Mineski's hands free without even like, considering banning it? Or maybe they did consider it, but we wouldn't know. And yeah, so you see, Mineski is kind of shaking things up again and picking up the Doom. Who would you prefer as a target though, as a priority target? Would you want to use it for the Necro? Do you want to use it for the Bat Rider?
I mean, if you can somehow find the Bat before he uses any spell, it's okay. But otherwise, you want to just save it for Necro. And we'll see what other cores come up. But right now, it's just this really annoying tanky hero that's gonna... The thing that I like against Necro is that hero will always show. You know, it's very rare you see these players sit in the back line and, you know, wait to use their spells. The hero is always in the front. So you can just walk in and doom him, as long as, you know, people don't kill you first. Which is pretty easy to have happen when you've got a Naga to cover you, and you can invis him with Potom, or you can smoke wraparound if they're grouping up.
Right.
This is a hero that doesn't care about getting doomed at all, though.
Indeed, and I just...
As long as it has its spells up.
I know, right? And I gotta admit, though, this is one very, very weird draft we're seeing here. Like, this is very different. Like, okay,
This is smart, though.
It is. Like, but besides Bat Rider, who is somewhat mobile with a Blink Dagger, with Force Staff, Night Stalker, kind of, every other hero here seems kind of lunky. Like, you're just toddling in, or unless you're like Mineski, where you have, you know, the Song of the Siren for setup. It's really, really hard to catch a hero here. There's no reliable stun at all, and this is like basically that old stereotype, like, oh, see Dota, no stun, best gaming. You know what I mean? Like, where are the stuns? Sorry, what?
Is that an SEA thing, where they just don't draft stuns? So I don't feel like I've, at least the games I've cast, but...
Yeah, no, from the games we've casted, kinda not really, but that used to be a thing, like, especially, like, I know for Singapore at least, people would be like, Singapore teams don't like stuns. Like, if you remember, you know, Miracle's old team first departure, it's basically like, who needs stuns? We just pocket Miracle, or something like that.
Yeah.
So...
I think they can get away with this game because... Like, you said they're lunky, right? And that, they kind of need to be to get towards finishing this game at some point. They need these two heroes that can sit in the front and just kind of walk down a lane and tank the initiations from like a Song, Arrow, Ice Path, Macropire, dooming on one of them. And then they've got the Batrider is a support this game, so he's going to be a lot more
5
active early,
seconds
which I
remaining.
think can help a lot. They have a lot of ways to pressure lanes to make the fact that
Choose your
these
hero.
two cores don't really do that much in the early phases of the game.
Is it a bad?
But
Wait, you're that confident it's a Batrider support?
yeah, well, they've got their free cores. Bat
I
support
guess.
is a really good thing, but they have these two supports that both kind of want items. Like, I imagine the Night Stalker goes off to buying the wards into the mid game, but early game, Night Stalker wants like at least some items, especially like at the start. You want a PMS if you want to trade, you want an Orb of Venom and Stout Shield if you're going to run heroes down, or you just want boots so you can again run heroes down.
Indeed.
So
So
we'll see how they balance that out. But otherwise, I really like the draft. And I'm not sure it's the AM game you want,
5
but
seconds
this kind of
remaining.
just says that they want to dodge fights, split the map, use the song as a way to kind of defend the high ground.
like I can see it working out, like you said. Like I can see some of the appeal behind it, especially in the laning. Like napalm stacks with press the attack on my pro. That is really scary. Like he's just gonna run at you, and there's very little you can do to go away. Especially since you have a lack of stuns. Like maybe you have the ensnare from jabs on that 4 Naga Siren, but I have a feeling he might actually. No, I don't want to jinx it just yet, but I think he may actually just commit himself to being in the safe lane more than the middle lane this time, since Naga, not exactly the easiest hero to gank. Maybe at level 1 to 3, that's your biggest opening, but otherwise outside of that. I think one of the big highlights is that we should be paying attention to the Doom lane, which is Ice, because he's going to be really tough to kill this game. Like, considering just the nature of the hero as it is, once you maxed out score stuff, and if you get some other auras like a Big Satyr or even just a Wild Wing Ripper for the extra armor, you're just almost impossible to kill.
It's going to be interesting how Mineski lane this though, because right now if you look at the stereotypical lanes that the Radiant are going to do, Necro safe lane, LC off lane, Medusa mid, and these two supports are just going to roam around the map, and to be honest they're probably going to go to whichever lane the anti-mage is in, or at least one of them, and cause as much pressure as they can early. So if I'm Mineski and I look at that, I think I just put the AM mid, and then you have Podom as a side laner. They're not doing that because she already has mid items, but that would be my way to deal with it. They obviously have a different opinion, or they aren't scared of whatever threat. Because this game it's not so much about the AM early, but as the game progresses on, he has to be like the thing that gets him across the finish line.
Is this potentially one of those games where perhaps, he considers going into that battle mage?
No.
No. You still think it's the straight out Battle Fury, the Manta Star, the vanilla anti-mage?
I mean, there's no. If you go like the Vanguard or the Venom, run at you, Mantis thing, like I don't think the other team cares. Like they are better at fighting you on like small scale skirmishes, and then once Medusa gets like this 25-minute timing along with the Necro, it's not going to matter too much what the anti-mage has. I think it's much more about like how strong is the rest of his team. Like, does Doom have items? Does Vanaga have a level 2 song so it's not a 3-minute cooldown? Does Shakira have levels to do damage? Does Podom have items to do damage so that they can actually kill these heroes in the fights? Because between Necro and press the attack, they've got some sustain going, and the heroes that are going to be showing are quite naturally tanky. So they've got a lot of health to chew through. And sure, they've got the setup, but the other team knows they've got a song, so they're going to play around it, I hope.
So is it kind of safe to say that you would... Do you favor the Alpha Red draft this game more so than Mineski?
I would rather be there to draft, yes.
Okay. Well, for me,
I just feel like their game plan's easier. There's not ifs and ahs about it. There's just, we're going to do this, and if it works, we're going to win pretty much. And if it doesn't, they still have these 3 late game heroes that, okay, sure, you can argue that AM is really good against Dusa, but that's a hero that the AM kind of has to commit on at some point, and then you've got Necro and LC, which are both really good heroes at killing AM as the game goes on. You know, you get a blade mail on LC and the team doesn't have any yules or anything, or you isolate him, AM dies nearly every time. Same thing when the LC's running around with like 120 dual damage and, you know, 6 slots. You know, they've got silence lockdown. It's not easy for Mineski to go late. They have this kind of sweet timing, I think.
Alright, for those of you in chat who are asking, yes, the question mark stand-in, that is Ice. I mean, I know, right? Shake my head. 2017 and we still don't have Ice using his official IGN. I mean, when was the last time you ever saw, you know, PQ? When was the last time you saw Ice actually using his official IGN?
Never.
Never, exactly. I don't think I've ever seen it before. Maybe on DK.
Maybe like
the DK days?
TI3 time?
Dude, that's long. That's really long ago.
I don't know, maybe when he played in DK, I don't know, I never got in the lobby for any of those games. So
yeah.
Also casting, so.
Well, I mean, you can't see it yet from my perspective, but on the stream you will. Like, you know, Doom being so tall of a Naga does kind of seem like Ice and Jabs in real life, you know? Just Ice and his Thai boy toy. Just look at the positioning of the heroes the way they are right now. He's like, his arms are around.
I see, but you know, it's a PG stream, dude.
Oh, PG. I'm sorry, dude.
Actually, no, it isn't, because it's Dota 2. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. I mean, we are Dota community.
Double TP.
Double TP. Ooh.
Yeah. Normally you only do one, but I like this.
So maximum efficiency.
Yeah, they need the vision early to know which lanes they want to go to.
But the smoke immediately broke, so TNT, he and Ninja Boogie, they're gonna know each other, you know, where each other are immediately. This is really interesting.
Yeah,
like,
pinged this ward.
I'm really interested to see how Alpha Red are gonna do, because some of these players I've never heard of before, like BB. Okay, some of you guys might know MyPro from Signature Trust, TNT, and I'm not sure who's Dogbrain, but I'm just gonna call.
I feel like I recognize the name, but that also might just be because that's an insult in a lot of pubs.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's the conditioning, isn't it? Alright, hold on. Smoke already broke. Jabs. Oh, dear. Smoke broke the dog brain. You know, kind of wasting a bit of Mineski's time. They are looking for the end snare into the arrow. I think it's,
full block. So this is going to be them going aggro with the AM.
This will be interesting. Like, Necro needs to win the lanes.
This is the way they're dealing with it. You know, I said send the AM mid, but this is probably better overall. Because this way, their supports are going to, you know, pretty much be parked down here the entire time. And if they can last in the lane until 5 minutes, they have a shrine, and life gets pretty easy at that point.
Man, look at this.
You know, Potom beats Deuce and mid as far as I'm aware. Or if not, it's, you know, 50-50, and Potom's fine with that.
But you have a Bat Rider, you're just here to mess around with Nana as well. Although it looks like he's kind of okay with it, not too bothered by it. Just napalm stacks making him, you know, dirty. That's it. Okay, that came out a bit wrong, but right, Jabs, they could go for an end snare play here, but they just want to mess with going for the Riptide instead, messing around with Fearless. Oh, the damage. It's actually first blood. Oh, it is going away to Jabs. Okay, good way to start, and this dual lane not working out, or just a tiny hiccup.
Yeah.
They figure it out.
No, that's why the Bat Riders either, like, whatever you do mid is not worth. When you have this ward, you know they're going aggro. You saw it from the start. To be fair though, Bat Rider does need level 2 before he can really do something in this lane.
Yeah, besides napalm stacks, but okay, Creep's gonna take care of the ward.
Yeah, he just missed 100 gold. I don't like that.
Triggered. I don't think anyone likes that. Okay, so TNTs, they're just trying to assert dominance into Jabs, but he's walking circles around them. And Mushi having a pretty decent start. Like, Neko is still in 0 CS. Not that good. And
yeah, it's gonna stay this way until he like gets pulls at the side as well. Because their two supports don't do anything right now. Like, the Night Stalker can't run in because he just has boots. Whereas you look at the Naga, she has a PMS and the boots from the first blood, so she can pretty much do whatever she wants and not really care. The Bat Rider needs level 2.
Well,
And okay, Alpha Red are gonna do fine in their other two lanes. Like LC will do 100% okay top. The Deuce are getting slight better run of the mid matchup at the moment, but you know it's pretty much 50-50. And if Deuce goes 50-50, you're happy with that.
how do you feel about the LC versus Doom lane though? Like this is something which we haven't seen in a while, I feel. Like they're still kind of even. Oh, Centaur Stomp under the tower with the Scorched Stuff. Ice just gonna start chasing into MyPro. That damage though, hold on. Trying to trade hits here, MyPro. He's not afraid to fight him.
He just lost for lane by doing that. He's gonna ferry himself out though. So.
Oh dear, Mushi getting another kill on the bottom lane. Mineski really not afraid to use this anti-mage in a aggressive tri-lane and getting the kills.
Level 2 Ice Path. That's probably something they didn't expect. Didn't see the go, but you know the Naga didn't have the snare yet. So getting caught up by the Jakiro, having a level 2 stun, not the most common thing.
Yeah, I can see why you said that, especially since usually Jakiros want to have the Liquefier, preferring it for just the extra damage. Ice Path isn't exactly the longest stun in the game, if you know what I mean. Like in terms of duration, it's only like what, 1 second? Yeah, 1 second. And it's really hard to land, but TNT messing around with Mushi, he's gonna trade a couple of hits. Blink out, he's okay.
My thanks.
Oh, Jab's even buying himself, such a good support player. And Ice over the top lane, gonna chase MyPro down. With that Scorched Stuff, ticking him down ever so slowly, but he's going to use that heal and he's gonna be fine.
I think this might be the best creep you could get in a one-on-one matchup, because now you can just spam your spells.
Mana Aura.
Yeah, look at the regen, it's insane. Every time Infernal Blade's up, you can just use it. Every time Scorched Earth is up, you can just use it. You've got no mana issues, and you can just heal yourself. Okay, it's not the best heal, but it's it's insane sustain. Like imagine just having a free perseverance. It's better than that.
Okay, I'm just gonna admit I've never ever used this creep, and I played quite a bit of Doom because I always thought that creep was dog shit. But
well, it is until you're in a laning station, a one-on-one matchup.
yeah. But then Mana Aura is really useful. I mean, if you could stack like 2 auras at one time, just imagine this with that Satyr aura together. That's broken. That's really broken. Like that's an eggs I actually wouldn't mind trying out just for fun, just for the kicks.
Yeah, you can keep memeing, dude.
Oh, the top lane again. They are gonna try again, but TNT, he's coming in with the smoke. Ice. They're going for the void turnaround now. Dogbrain is here as well with the napalm stack. The TP's gonna come in from the Jakiro. He has the Ice Path. Gonna use it now, catching 2 heroes. Ice is really tanky. Infernal Blade. He's gonna go and try and trade hits here, try and get some damage in. Can he get the kill though? Unlikely, but alright. The trading. Oh, MyPro's actually gonna die. Jabs gets a kill as well. And with Ninja Boogie and Jabs both here with the end snare, looks like they will make this turnaround for a 3-for-1 trade. Ice. They did get him, but he did make them pay for it really hard.
It was a nice bait initially, like the LC knew what was going to happen, drew him as far back from the tower as he could, and then Mineski just reacted really well. They probably knew the supports were smoking and they were, ready to react in whatever lane. They weren't going to go mid. The Night Stalker's level 2, they can't kill the bottom, so they probably had a good idea of where they were going to go. And they got the better trade out of it. Now you see the bottom going slightly ahead mid. AM's obviously still doing fine bottom.
I feel like right now in this somewhat static lane, the Mirana does kind of have the edge in terms of pushing the wave out a bit more. You've got an Aquila, you've got a bottle, you have the raindrop as well, so you can spam your spells way better compared to the whole dot. Top lane, MyPro in trouble. Jabs has the end snare. You're not running anywhere, dude. Alright, hold on, gonna let him go. He purges off the end snare, but Dogbrain gonna try and burn down that fishy mermaid. Doesn't like the fishy smell. And now, looking for the Starfall. Won't get the secondary Starfall. If the second one landed, I think that maybe might have been a kill. And now they have the Doom up on Ice. Mushi's gonna struggle quite a fair bit.
2k leads for Mineski. I think, considering the game, they need this kind of lead when Alpha get their levels. But if they can keep everything that they're doing right now going and just use their heroes to pressure, then this game's going to look a lot easier. Because right now they're just playing better.
Oh,
You know, they're out leveling, they're out maneuvering.
They are, and the only hero who is actually getting really good farm is the Medusa mid, and you know that's what you want from the Medusa. So at this point, it almost feels like all in on the Medusa. Like if Medusa doesn't use that farm properly, I feel like things are gonna go south in like the next 10 minutes. But okay, top lane again. They bring the TPs in.
It's not just.
Sorry.
It's not just how she uses it. It's like how the team use her. Because yeah, the Necro is struggling, but this hero can come back into the game really easily with just like one scythe on a hero that has a streak, and then you're back in the game. But for that to happen, they kind of need to bait and then have him come in afterwards. Because if he's in the front lines, he's getting doomed, or he's getting killed by Ensnare into Arrow. Like, he has a hard game right now, so they need to...
Oh, he's gonna do my size. He's going for the Legion Commander. Firefly was used early on and it was wasted, so... Alright, 1 kill for Ice. That patience. And he's actually gonna go turn around. Might even get the kill here onto the Bat Rider. Hello? Hello? Okay, never mind. He's not gonna dive into the tower for that. That's really try hard. He's putting his phase boots on the ground. Ice things.
Arrow?
Middle lane onto the Dusa with the Starstorm. No mana whatsoever. Baby is dead. Where's the crybaby rage? Oh, I missed those chat lines. Bring him back. Alright, Void. With the duel, looks like Naga's going down here, and winner chicken dinner for MyPro. So he does get 10 damage out of the first duel. Bottom lane, Necrophos, no mana. Did use the Ghost Shroud to get out, and oh, Mushi wants the kill. He's going under the tower for this. He has Mana Void. Hello? Okay, going right under. Can you find him? He needs the vision. One more hit. We'll get it. So Mushi. Strength Shreds?
Wouldn't have saved him.
Wouldn't have saved him? Even at 80 HP?
No.
Okay. I thought it was really close call, but alright. I trust you, PQ. I trust you.
Yeah, I think he was better going for the blink. To disjoint the hit.
Very close, but was that
I mean,
kill
the
worth
Necro will
it?
be happy with the gold, but like no experience is a big thing.
Ice
And
going for MyPro again.
lane transition. This
Top
is
lane
really,
duel. Moonlight Shadow will not be able to save him. Will burn him down, and MyPro actually will get the duel damage. Actually, no, he does not. So it was really close. Oh, will they get the kill? Yes, they will. Looks like they will find the second TNT as well. So double kill for Nana.
I mean, this is a level 6 Naga at 9 minutes. And they're able to just... Same with Jakiro, you know, admittedly he got that after the kills, but... Right now, they just... Their supports are doing so much more, and it shows. Like, this Batrider, he's irrelevant. The Night Stalker, he can't fight. You know, he's got no lane to gank, he's got no hero to go and pressure. And you really see it in the net worth. Like, Batrider is not a hero that is going to sit down here for too long because of the stats, but he's level 4. He'll probably get 6 from this, and then he's 3/4 of the way to his blink, which isn't too bad, but you know, you wanted to see him do more early. You don't see this hero picked as a support to fit in the jungle and get a 12-minute blink.
Indeed. And alright, now the pressure from Nana and Jabs as they look to wrap around that tier 1 tower. Perhaps find TNT to pick off, but he knows that the hero's missing, and the arrow actually still lands. You know, shoot arrow, hit arrow, that's the game plan, and Nana getting himself a very nice solo kill. They're pinging it out, and
Dual top.
it's gonna be useless. And top lane, Reaper Scythe, alright, so there's that, you know, there's that key Reaper Scythe kill you were talking about, PQ, and they really need more of this. Fearless, what's he going for? Is he going for, okay, he's just going for a Bracer into a Force Staff. For the Doom, I think he may have to consider going to a Pipe, which he will end up going to the Hooded Defiance first. Bottom lane, Boogie, just getting some chip damage onto the tower, but middle lane, tier 1 is about to fall. And Mushi's still not yet into that, into the Battle Fury, but with this tower, it will open up the map even further, creating more space for him.
And despite the fact he's going the traditional build, he's able to like make things happen this game because of like how weak the other team are, you know. He's not just sitting in the jungle and AFK farming, he's moving between lanes, he's pressuring heroes out of the lanes that he goes to.
Doom use top on the Necrophos, and snare into the arrow. Oh, ice. Do you have to?
Yes, he does.
It's just ice, you know, ice things. He drops his phase boots in front of his opponent who's ensnared just a couple of centimeters away. He just gets a very easy kill.
Dead, boys.
Boogie? What are you doing, Boogie? Alright,
Taking the gang.
tactical
I think
feed.
that's fine. Like, sure, it's a dual win, but it's also like 3 heroes running down here. They're gonna trade it for a tier 1 top, which is something Mineski is gonna be quite happy to do.
And Jab's gonna be building his way into his mech. He's pretty much halfway there with the tier 1 tower. That's gonna bring him closer to the mech, and by then, when Mineski group up, I'm really afraid for Alpha Red, because you need that Battle Rider to use that Blink Dagger ASAP. He just picked it up after that kill bottom lane. TNT bumping the Jabs in the jungle. They are looking for the ensnare kill. Just can't really find the vision just yet. Baiting.
Darkness is pretty OP.
Using the Void. Song of the Siren. There we go. Are they looking for the setup? No, they will just use this to disengage. Arrow coming in now. Oh, poof. And TNT. He's just gonna stand there looking really silly.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Like, they saw the shrines off. They don't try and go for a fight, even though they know they're ahead. They could probably have done some damage there, but is it worth it?
Oh no, hold on.
Not
Looking
in
Nana,
there.
middle lane. They want to chase. Ice Path. And once again, they dodge another gank. And you can tell Alpha Red are just starting to look a bit desperate.
Yeah, this is like... You can see they know how to play Dota, but as a team, they have no idea what to, like, salvage when the game goes bad, right? They're just trying to move around, make all these plays, and they're making them in a way that Mineski can literally read them like a book. And it makes the game look really easy for them. And now the map's going to get so split, because they're already losing towers. AM's about to get his Battle Fury in a minute, 2 minutes, depending if they take this tier 2 bottom or not. The bottom can do the same, depending what build she goes for. Considering she's got 3k saved up, I wouldn't be surprised if she goes Ags. But
Oh, they're looking for
no one's been
TNT.
doing that recently.
They've just found them. Inferno Blade with the dual breath. Won't even need the arrow. Now duel over the back. Can they kill Ninja Boogie? Yes, they will find the Jakiro one more time. But the Battle Rider's already been doomed up. Moon, he's gonna just pounce out immediately. Looking for a Reaper Scythe if they can find Ice Size. But the Moonlight Shadow, they do not have detection. And Battle Rider's gonna be kept alive because of those death pulses. So... Alright, you know, trading kinda evenly, 1 for 1. Not too bad. Jabs, 500 gold away to his mech. Is this the beginning of a comeback here for Alpha Red? Because I feel like they've pretty much weathered the storm, which is Mineski's mid-game aggression. Or am I just about to jinx it?
I don't think they've weathered jack shit personally. Because like, look at their Necro. This hero he's a walking Reaper Scythe. He needs like, and again the Bat Rider, 0 game impact so far. Yes, the Deuce is doing well. The LC's got a surprisingly good amount of farm, has 3 duels under her belt, which is more than I'd expect, but they kind of need a 5-on-5 fight, and Mineski, if they continue playing like this, they're not giving them 5-on-5 fights, they're giving them like...
Oh, they go straight for Nana, looking for the lasso. The silence up into the Doom means he can't do anything. They will use the lasso, making sure Murata can get away. That's a big kill right there. That's 560 gold going to Dogbane. TNT looking for the Void. That was a great smoke kill and the lead up. And it looks like they will even go for the Reaper side onto the Doom. Do they have the Song of the Siren? Yes, they do! The save from Jabs! 4-man song. Macro Pyre, none. Ice Path coming in, alright. Riptide, can they kill any hero here? MyPro, not exactly the biggest and easiest target to kill, but it looks like they will, and they have the shrine to go to Mana Void, so they will find 1 kill. Mushy and Snare, now they want to turn back in. Actually, Nile, Macro Pyre comes out, Necrophos goes down, double kill for Ice Size. Now popping the Stone Gaze, they want to go turn around, run to the Doom. Looks like they will finally kill off this pesky Singaporean. And alright, now when they go back in, yes they will. 1 more hit into TNT, Mushy. TNT trying for the deny. Oh, actually he gets it as well. And now they're going to try and chase. Dogbrain on the run. BB, however, may not be so lucky. And Snare and with all these hits coming in from Mushy. Dogbrain, nothing he can do but throw out the napalm stacks. Ice Path catches into the Medusa one more time. Mushy, burning the Medusa bit by bit. Caught inside the trees and Jabs with another kill.
Just a step too far.
That was a 4-for-1 trade.
Yeah, Yeah, and they're gonna get a T2. AM plus Battle Fury. Even if they don't get the kill on this, having it taken off the map.
Using a deal onto the Jakiro one more time.
Just to back up the damage as well.
Boogie?
Stuff.
How many deals has he given away this game? I think he's given away like 3?
I wouldn't worry too much personally. Like you can look at it from this perspective, you're probably looking at it and go like, he doesn't need to die there, right? But getting that tower is more worth it for his team. Like 10 damage, 14 damage in this case, is so little. Yeah, okay, if it happens 10 times in a row, then you have a problem. But if it happens once or twice when you're exchanging it for another hero on your team not dying that would have died anyway, maybe without the damage because it's like tanky, but it still would have been a death on a core, or you get a tower for it, it's worth it, in my opinion.
I can see your perspective.
Space as well.
Like
every time they go for these plays, they're using 2 or 3 heroes, and they're catching 1, maybe 2 of Mineski, and the other heroes are just farming. Like, they're winning the economy game. If they keep giving kills like this, then there might be a problem, but they have these 3 cores. Technically 4 cores if the Naga really wants to play that way, but I don't think she does.
Oh, middle lane. They've caught TNT with the Mana Void being used. But top lane, they did get a Reaper Scythe kill onto Nana, so that's pretty big. He actually ended up going for a Manta style, so Diffusal Blade on the way incoming, I would assume, is in the quick buy, not just yet, but... Okay, I mean, to add on to your point, like, about the bottom lane where Ninja Boogie dies, I was more worried about kind of like, you know, if this dual damage starts to pile up, then you're just basically equipping this Legion Commander with the capability to solo duel the cores, and it means that, you know, you can kill like hero like an Anti-Mage or even Nana without the Reaper Scythe, and eventually that's gonna start becoming an issue. If it gets to that stage, of course.
I don't think Mineski's plan is to let it get to that stage, which is why... yeah, if it gets to that stage, it's going to be a problem, no doubt. I agree with you. But they aren't looking like they want to play this game slow. I'm really surprised the Podden went Manta though. If they're going to play like this, where they've got AM on one side of the map and Mirana on the other side, she kind of needs the Lincolns. But I think Alpha are also out of smokes. I could be wrong with that, but they've done like 3 smokes in the past 4 minutes or so, and each one is connected because of having smokes. So I imagine their game's going to get a bit harder to get pickoffs now. You know, Manta is a better farming item.
Oh, my pro, there we go, one more time the bait. Great Song of the Siren. No way, no way. Arrow comes in, perfect arrow into the Battle Rider. Ice Path on 2. Doom used as well onto the Legion Commander. There's 2 kills down, and Nana, he's found fearless. Well, not so fearless now. And Snare gonna be used with the Starfall. That will be a kill. Mana Void actually gonna be given to Mushy, and that's a triple kill.
No, they don't want to rush.
Oh, he is so fat right now in this anti-mage. 1200 gold flying in direction of Mineski. 6k, 5000 gold lead approximate, and 20 to 11 in. Now Mushy has leapfrogged over the Medusa's, you know, solo farm, and still, like you said, you know, BB, he's basically had free farm the whole time, but your aggressive Trillian anti-mage has had a higher net worth now. This is going to be a big issue. Not to mention, I feel like with probably one more item, Mushy can actually solo kill this Medusa, I feel.
If he gets some form of lockdown, he can do the damage for sure, but he's going Lincoln before Manta because he wants to play this split game and not worry so much about the duel and the lasso. And they don't have the gold to get like these Lincoln breaking items yet. The Batrider's nearly got his 4 stuff, but with how construed the map is and how much vision Mineski have, it's probably going to be used to get in position to get the lasso as opposed to be able to break a Lincoln. Because they have to play really fast. If they play slow, then they're playing into Mineski's hands.
Whoa.
Kind of. But they don't really have the ability to play fast because, you know, the heroes have no items. You know, this is the best things they can get at the moment.
Jakiro? Oh, the mech won't be in time. Oh, I hear a lasso as well. And they have found the Naga Siren. Arrow? Oh, very nice zoning arrow. They do get the tier 1 tower going the way to BB. An immediate TP out. No way for them to catch anyone. Song of the Siren was on cooldown and they made use of that. Okay, I said whoa earlier on because Doom is actually gone for an eggs. Is this the first eggs pickup in competitive Dota? Because I don't think I've ever seen a Doom go for eggs in Like
I
in
saw
competitive
it
scene.
lots before the hero got nerfed. Just, you know, because it was a really good damage boost. But in this case, it makes sense because the heroes you're dooming are quite tanky. Okay, sure, the Necro is no longer really that tanky, but he's not the doom target now, because unless you really care about whoever's about to get reapered. But Medusa, on the other hand, you know, she can tank a doom if the fight goes well for Alpha Red. So just, you know, keep it on her. It's decent stats for the gold. Doom's gonna be pretty tanky. Also a lot of your mana issues as well. He didn't put the second point into Doom yet, so he doesn't have to worry too much about the mana.
Meanwhile, Mineski, you know, just forcing the issue. Ice is buying space. Oh, nice arrow in. And with the Greaves, Ice, he's gonna pop the Doom onto the Dusa. Is this where they're trying to turn around? Shrine's already been used. Yep, they're looking for kills. And now leaping all the way forward. Mushy. He doesn't even care. He blinks forward. Run from the Necrophos TNT, trying to save his teammate. But the Mana Void blows him up. Open Fearless is dead. Dog breathing to the grave. Looking for the third under the tier 2 tower. Can they chase him? Arrow onto MyPro. Ice Path as well. Stone Gaze to try and force them to disengage. They don't care. She's ugly. Only Jabs gets caught, but it doesn't really matter. Now popping the song. This is where they turn away. Oh, okay. I was wrong. Hello, go back in. Yep, then we'll go for the 4th kill, which will be the Nice Stalker into the Macropire and the Ice Path. Decimation under the tier 2 tower. BB also going down. And alright, Nana. Bait with the Greaves. It's fine. Full team wipe. And Mineski get themselves the dream fight. So Mineski will get the tier 2 tower as well.
Yep, finish off Roche, 5-man wipe. Easy tower. I don't think they could have got that if the Legion didn't walk into the arrow though. That, like, the rest of his team probably called out and dodged. Maybe they didn't call it out, but they just dodged it. And, you know, he walks into it and then it kind of enables them to take that fight. They're still in, like, such a dominant position even if that doesn't happen. But you still feel really comfortable for them. But now the AM has money for his Lincoln. And nearly finished his Manta as well.
And Jabs is basically a third on his way to his Blink Dagger.
That's an Aegis.
Okay, nope, it's not. Alright, easy turn. Mushy doesn't actually care. Wow.
I mean, it's not like they need the Aegis right now. I don't think them going high ground right now is necessary. But it's better to get the Aegis off the field if you can.
Still,
there's these 3 heroes that you have to deal with one way or another, and I don't think they have the damage.
Oh dear, Open Fearless might be in some trouble.
He's just like a walking Reaper Scythe. It feels really bad.
I mean, that's his only purpose right now. He's still trying to build into his Radiance, but I don't think he's ever gonna get the time. Like,
yeah, that's like the worst item you could get when you're behind. I mean, just get like an ATOS.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. ATOS, even a Hooded Defiance, something to help you out.
I mean, being able to push the lanes with ease is nice, but you don't get this item when you're so far behind. Especially when there's heroes on the other team that can buy Diffusal. Right? The Mirana's deciding to not do it because she doesn't need to. And Lincoln's is more valuable right now.
And you know, Jabs, he's more farmed than basically almost everybody else on Alpha Red's side, and these guys are just asserting dominance.
And it's not like he's even being that greedy. It's just the nature of how many towers they've got, how many fights they've won, and when his team has been splitting the map, he's been making good use of the free space.
Okay, PQ, I have to ask you, what is the logic behind Doom going for an Ether Lens? Like, I want to believe it's just with the cast range.
I mean,
oh, Song of the Siren right now. They are going in deep with the Macropile as well. Doom and the arrow onto the Dusa. There is no Stone Gaze, and Snare going to be used, catching the Legion Commander. And it looks like Dusa is just dead. Mana Void, bang! Down goes BB. MyPro to follow. And looks like they will find Open Fearless as well. Under the Shrine, it doesn't matter. TNT, nothing he can do. GG will be called. Game 1 going the way easily to Mineski under 30 minutes. And that's before laner Barracks even goes down. Complete dominance by the Mineski side.
Yep, showing they're the better team. Just throughout the entire game, making the better moves, reading the other team, dodging them as much as they needed to.
Great stuff, and yeah, looks like I did jinx it. I thought that Alpha Red kind of weathered the storm. Like you said, that if Necrophos got a couple of key kills, that would have helped. But there was just zero ways for them to disengage from Mineski every time Song of the Siren was up. Like, Jabs made perfect use of it every single time. The teamwork was just far superior. Is that okay? What can Alpha Red do to perhaps force a game 3 against this Mineski side, which is looking so dominant?
They need to play better in the lanes, because in that game, they had the tools to A, win the lanes, and B, play at a point where they can't get out every time when they have a 3-minute cooldown Naga song. But Mineski dictated the entire game through winning the lanes, which is why it looked like every time Alpha went, there was a song, because they could only go in a certain window, and Mineski played into that, and they knew. So they just need to play better in the lanes. Like, I think they drafted fine for the lanes, but they let themselves have this really bad matchup where it's like, okay, they picked an anti-mage, we're going to pressure him with these heroes, but oh shit, they put the anti-mage in the off lane and we didn't adjust and our Necro's getting destroyed, and they didn't really do much about it, you know? I think if the Batrider started bottom, it would look different, instead of just starting mid and effectively doing nothing.
I can see what, okay, yeah, I can see what you mean. I probably would have agreed with that as well, especially before, like, you know, Jabs got that level 2. That giving away that first blood, that was basically the start of the tilt of the balance. But alright, I mean, you know, Mushi having a great game, anti-mage game, starting out from the aggressive tri-lane, like you mentioned, in case chat didn't know. So, you know, he's just doing Mushi things. That's only round 1.
Pretty much.
Alright, so we're gonna take a quick break. We'll see you guys for game 2 shortly. This is the ESL Hamburg C qualifiers. I'm Hades, he's PQMZ. We'll take a quick break. See you guys soon.